Yo guys, Lewis here, hope we're good. So I want to talk today about the pain of change. And this is something we really need to understand here as men. But when the pain of change outweighs the pain of staying the same, you will change your entire life. Think about this, for example. You are fat, you are overweight, carrying 40, 50, 60 pounds of body fat. You wake up in the morning with low energy, low mood, you hate how you look, you don't even look in the mirror, you can't buy or wear the clothes that you want. You're always classed as a funny fat friend with all your bros. Like, imagine that, living in a body, living in a fat suit, a meat vehicle that just trolls through life. It's probably the most uncomfortable, confidence-killing position to be in. And when you understand that pain that you're currently in, living in this current body, this current mindset, these current habits, that is when you can say to yourself, well, what's on the other side of taking fucking action and doing something powerful for myself to reclaim my responsibility, to reclaim my health, and truly go all in on something that could potentially change the outcome and course of the rest of my life. And this was a massive thing that happened to me. Years ago, I would smoke weed every single day. I would take drugs and binge drink every single weekend. I would binge on food. I would just kick the can down the road. I was stuck. I hated the routines that I had. I hated the habits I had. I hated how I spoke to myself and how drowned out my true conscious thoughts were, because I was always poisoning my body and brain with these negative habits and vices. And I woke up one morning and I said, enough was enough. And that influenced massive change, cataclysmic change in my life in every domain and aspect when I said enough was enough, because I went through 3 strikes. I'm calling them 3 very, very rude awakenings. Number 1 was when I fell asleep at the wheel and nearly died driving at 60 plus miles an hour on a motorway and completely flipped my car, nearly put other people's lives at risk, because I was treating myself so negatively behind the scenes from what I was promoting on social media. I was living out of congruence with my life. I was this fun-loving, high-energy, motivational dude online, but then behind the scenes I was drinking, smoking, taking drugs, binge eating, being an absolute fucking degenerate. And that was just tearing me apart internally. And because I was so tired of pretending to be someone I wasn't, living a double life, I therefore fell asleep at the wheel. And that was rude awakening number 1. So I had a real big wake-up call then. Later down the line, I actually got to a point where I was slowly improving, getting better, but I still had the cannabis. I still had weed in my life. I still smoked every single day, morning, noon, and night. And I was what you would maybe call a high-functioning stoner, which I actually don't believe is the case. I think you're just lying to your fucking self if you say you're that, because let's be honest, being stoned and not being stoned, the guy who's not stoned will just operate better. He just will. So don't bullshit yourself, guys. I did for a long time. And then I got to the point where I was so negatively influenced by my own behaviours that I fell into this horrible shit cycle, and it led me to feel depressed. Feel like there wasn't a way out. Felt like if this is where I'm at in life right now, then it can't get any better, because I created this circumstance for myself that I couldn't escape, and that was destroying my mental state, and I wanted to kill myself. I was standing at the top of a rooftop balcony and I just wanted to plunge. I just wanted to go. And think about that. If you've ever been that close to the edge, boys, then you'll relate with this massively, because I tell you what, looking back now, my entire life has changed. I'm living life on my own terms between Dubai and Bali. Can go back to the UK when I want. Can live in lovely villas. I've got an amazing relationship, incredible business, team, staff, the works. It's a great life to live. But it wasn't until then I realized, like, fuck, I thought I was stuck, boys. I thought I was fucking stuck. And imagine you're there right now. You think you're stuck and there's no way out. Trust me, there is. But you need to be able to recognize and realize that you can change if you want to change. And then the last one was the drug deal. I got caught up with some bad guys, was doing it for a little bit of a payoff for some, weed to smoke, some free smoke, they'd call it. And I got deeper and deeper into this crazy fucking drug deal with big top criminals and this, that, and the other, and it was scary as fuck. Anyway, I'm not going to dive into it because, there's no need. But the police were involved, all this stuff, and that was strike number fucking 3. And I'd been in pain so many times over that period of my life, 1, 2, 3 years, that I knew I had to change. There was no way out but through. And I had to go through a massive process of removal because I was hating myself, hating my life, hating my circumstances, and hated where I was going, what I was becoming. And if I didn't recognize and realize that, I would never change. I would never take the action to be a better man and move forward in my life and become a true leader, aspiration, inspiration, and influence to my clients, to my family, to my friends, and to my relationships. Otherwise, I'd probably be in jail by now. I know for a fact I would probably have went down a real dark path if I was not wise enough to take the subtle signs from above or beyond, or what my conscience was telling me to change. If I did not move from that position, my life would have been over. So chaps, realize this. There is a massive amount of growth on the other side, but you need to be willing and humble enough to fail forward fast, and just slowly look to course correct your life through daily habits, a process, and renouncing all the negativity which is currently keeping you stuck. This is the thing that I really want to hammer home today. But you're going to fail so hard in life. You're going to want to give up. You're going to confuse yourself. You're going to make friends, lose friends. You're going to make money, lose money. You're going to build a great physique, then get fat again. You're going to go through so many iterations until the penny fully fucking drops. And when that happens, guys, I tell you what, everything, every setback, every challenge, every problem, every circumstance in which you face, which is put your back against the wall, will reinforce your identity going forward, because all that stress and strain, that will callous you, that will make you stronger. So you need to be massively aware of that so you can own it, own your failures, own your setbacks, speak about it truthfully and honestly. Because if I couldn't sit here today and reflect back on where I've been, what I've done, the setbacks and failures I've been through, then who would I be to coach from an authentic standpoint? I would be no one. So guys, I want to give you that opportunity because I've been there. I know what it's like to not be who you want to be. I've not been in shape. I've wasted time, money, energy, and effort on drugs, alcohol, binging, keeping up with the Joneses, trying to be the guy everyone likes, where I don't give a fuck. I only care about how I validate myself based on my process so I can be the best me to serve my people. And you can be that way too. You can elevate career, relationships, finances, physique, every aspect of your life if you're willing to make that change. So guys, if you enjoy the content, make sure you head over to Lewis McFarlane Coaching on Instagram and drop me a follow. You can follow the daily habits every single day you'll see on the stories and the grid and page and little mini snippets of content. And if you want to work with us directly one-to-one, hit the link below in the description. Make sure you subscribe or die, and I will see you in the next one.